Mike, you're a longtime NFL exec, former GM. How gratifying must it be for Howie Roseman and the Eagles front office watching what they saw in Brazil?
Oh, hugely satisfying. You know, you put your whole plan together, Phil, and say, all right, how can we improve Jalen Hurts? We go out, get Kellen Moore, and what else can we do? They had good backs, and DeAndre Swift was most notably the guy that left to go to Chicago. But, boy, what Saquon Barkley could do, to me, this is it right here in the passing game to adjust.
Wheel route, too.
Yeah, and somebody that big, that strong, and that physical, his pass protection's gotten better since he's been in the league. This is one of those offenses, Phil, like, what do you want to take away? Quarterback run, direct run? You want to take away outside receiver? So you could feel good if you're Howie Roseman, and then you get on the plane, come back from Brazil, you're like, oh, now we got a Monday night game against Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. So you feel good for about 10 minutes, but for those 10 minutes, it's really good.
Very quickly, I mean, obviously not 3 touchdowns a week, but how scalable is that level from Saquon over 17 games?
Yeah, I think it's scalable from a standpoint of who do you want to take away? We're going to be really productive on offense. They also went out and got Jahan Dotson in a late preseason trade with Washington. So to me, they have all their bases covered. And Saquon Barkley, to me, also epitomizes pass to score and run to win. They can really control the line of scrimmage in the fourth quarter with this guy, keep Jalen Hurts healthy, something that they've had problems with in the past.
The Penn State pipeline with Jahan Dotson and Saquon Barkley to Philly for their second teams. And the Eagles, I mean, they scored 30 points in their last 3 primetime home games, looking to keep that going. I'm going to assume the Falcons' 10 points they scored in week 1 won't get the job done here Monday Night Football Tuesday morning. Why did that opener go so wrong for Atlanta?
I put it right on the head coach, Raheem Morris. I think it was a poor decision on how he handled the preseason. I would have played Kirk Cousins. And then, you know, you talked earlier about, like, the margins for error. It was a terrible matchup to have Caleb McGarry against T.J. Watt, who absolutely dominated him. So I think it was a bad plan. It was a bad result. Now they got to flush it. Raheem Morris is a really good coach. But when you have a player, Phil, coming off of an injury like that, get him reps in the preseason. I was screaming about it all August. Him and Aaron Rodgers should have played, and it showed. You go to Latrobe, Pennsylvania, Mike Tomlin runs a physical camp, and it just played out that way. One team was ready to go. They were physical. They controlled both lines of the scrimmage. The other team wasn't.
They ran so much out of shotgun and pistol. 22 shotgun snaps. Every one of them was a pass. 26 out of pistol was north of 80% was a run. Forget the predictability of it, Mike. Do you think they were running so much shotgun and pistol, which Cousins hasn't run, because of a concern about maybe him being fully fit, fully mobile?
It's a fair question, because what he's been great at is play action pass. And if you and I know that, clearly they know that. And you'd like to think that we'll see some meaningful adjustments going to next week, because when your tendencies are that strong between shotgun and pistol in terms of run pass, I mean, Philly's going to eat that up. Like you know, like Caleb McGarry struggled at home. On the road in Philly when it's that loud, they'll have no chance. So I got to think he'll be much more under center. Hopefully there'll be a lot less rust. Both these teams, and as it for most teams in the league, are so much better with the lead. You want to make this a Bijan Robinson game in the second half. You don't want to have your offensive line having to defend fourth quarter pass rushers on the road in Philly. So this is, like, to me, I'd like to see Atlanta with a big turnaround, much better game plan in week 2.